weeks. Ugh, curly hair. Don't care. Ugh, first day, kids back in school. We're gonna hang out, do some makeup. I'm gonna wait for some people to hop on. And then, you know the rules. Once one's here, everyone's here. I'm drinking from my Santa's milk cup. What we give Santa. How was everybody's Christmas? Tell me about it. What was your peak? What was your favorite thing? What was your favorite thing from the break, from the holidays? What was your favorite thing? I want to know. I'm a sucker for tradition. I think that hello, Dana, welcome. I feel like I'm a real sucker. I was obsessed. And this is what made me think. I love traditions. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. I love traditions. I love, oh, good morning. Yay, everybody's here. People are getting, not everybody, yes, one's here, everybody's here. But good morning, good morning, good morning. I love traditions. I love nostalgia. And I love trying to keep what I remember alive. My son is 24. That's right, just cool people are here. My son loves nostalgia as much as I do, and it's really hit him lately. He's 24. My peak from the break was my son came home. I love the season of adult children. I mean, I've got my littles, I love them, but having all my kids in the same house at the same time doing Christmas stuff. We did gingerbread day, my favorite day, and he was home for that. He loved the sock in a box because he loves the stocking, but he wasn't here Christmas morning, so we couldn't do it. So I created a sock in a box, which is everything that would go in a stocking. It goes in a gift box, one of those pretty ones where it's already pre-decorated and it's just the lid and all that stuff. And oh, I love baking baking cookies. I made that like a big day. We made 4 or 5 kinds of cookies and made little boxes for our neighbors and everything. But it was just, it was hard getting on here. I wasn't able to get on to do my Monday lives. It was just it was busy. And I love the busyness of Christmas Day. We didn't have to go to a bunch of houses, pack the kids up. Everybody just started loading in here. Okay. I try to cook it. I didn't cook the gingerbread houses, but my son got up 6 a.m. He's an early bird now. And he put gingerbread houses together with me. We had coffee and okay, I can make cookies. I cannot make cake. Every cake I make goes flat and dense. I've even tripled a cake recipe and it still came out like a pancake. It was terrible, but we had the Tom Cruise cake and it was so good. We had it on gingerbread day. It was so good. It was like a whole thing. But I loved my gingerbread day. Hello, Abigail, you're new. We talk about whatever here. But I can't bake. My sister can bake. I can make a pie and I can make cookies. I made these. They're Norwegian cookies. They were, I'm going to say it wrong, Kringla cookies. They are surprisingly, they're not super sweet. The sweetest part about them is the powdered sugar on them, but they're soft. They're so good. Okay. The bronzer under the eyes. I tried that, you know. Oh. I'll do it today. I've been using bronzer as my contour lately and liking it more. So I think it's just because I'm craving warmth and all of that. But Christmas season was so good. I love hearing about traditions because I love implementing some new ones. I gave my son, this was the other thing I loved. It was like one of those things where you know you're going to do it and then you do it. The sock in the box was a huge hit. He loved it. For somebody who loves the sock, to get the sock in a box, he loved it. Because, yeah. But gingerbread day is definitely hands down the biggest thing. Halloween's your favorite holiday. I have a hard time we had a storm on our Halloween, so I made a movie, bought our own candy, and we turned it into a whole thing instead of trick-or-treating with our kids. And they're like 8. They were 8 and 9 this year, and it was good. But anyway, I got together because we do Hallmark ornaments in our family, and it's always what are those collections where it's like first in a series, and then you just start getting that series. And so he has a collection of all of these ornaments, and then ornaments from when I was a single mom and it was just him and I still had the little ornaments, the round ball ornaments that you hang on a tree. So I went last year, thought far ahead, last year, and I got an ornament organizer. And as I was decorating our tree this year, I was pulling his aside and putting him in this box, and then I put a bow around it. And that was one of his Christmas gifts, was all of his ornaments growing up so that he could start decorating his own tree. It was fun. Okay, Valentine's Day is next. I'm getting ready to pull that stuff out this week. It's right there. I need to get some faux flowers for a bowl. Anyways, okay, let's do our makeup. We are live in the UK today. So if you're in the UK, you can get Saint Makeup. So this is the makeup, Saint Makeup, cream-based 3D foundation, super pigmented. Less is more, which means less makeup on your face, more of a better, good outcome. I've always loved makeup, and I just have always liked Saint more. I've tried a bunch of makeups, all these. I love creams for maturing skin. I am 44. My skin is changing. Oh, I had somebody tell me my eyes aren't hooded, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but apparently it's not a hood. Anyway, oh, look what my husband finally did. I finally got a light fixture that doesn't look weird. So got the new light fixture put in my room. Okay, let's see. I love makeup. So I talk mainly about Saint Makeup, and I love the way this sits and lives with my skin. So that's what we talk about. We are live in the UK today, and there are still free eyeshadows available. So it's a gift with purchase, no minimum purchase required. There's the first 5,000 orders. So oddly, there have not been 5,000 orders. And so there is a new eyeshadow that is only available for the first 5,000 orders today to celebrate launching in the UK, and it is called Baker Street. I want to say, oh, my kids played with my beauty blender. I want to say it's a lot like Revival. It's a deep, warm burgundy, and it looks absolutely stunning. I got one. I didn't wait until 2 a.m. I slept until my normal time, and then I got it. And Aquaphor, I did try it, and I found it to be comparable. I have not tried Vaseline. I don't think I will. I've seen other people use aloe vera also as a primer, and that would be fun. I might do that in the summer. But I've tried it, and I found that the Aquaphor was comparable to Saint's Balm, so I just do Saint's Balm. But if you're looking for something a little more affordable, I think the Aquaphor is a great option. The other thing Saint did, and I got it together, that's why I was a little bit late today, they updated the lip and cheek collection, and it's a lot of my favorites, majority of my favorites. So if you are just getting into Saint and you're wanting to get some lip and cheeks, this is the new lip and cheek collection. They've got Black Cherry, they've got La Cienega, we've got Hollywood, we've got Sangria, Desert Sunset, we've got Nude, we have Tropicana, and then Rosewood. I love Rosewood so much. And then Black Cherry. If you were into that Clinique Black Honey, this is the dupe for the Black Honey. So good. It's about half the price of the Clinique one. It's still available. Okay. So this is the new lip and cheek collection, and it's available now. If you get it, you get a free eyeshadow right now until those free eyeshadows run out. And so there's no minimum purchase. You could just go buy a shadow, and then you get a free eyeshadow with it. So basically it's like a buy one, get one in a way. Today's eyeshadow look that I'm gonna do is requested. I posted in my Facebook group. There's a link in my description with links to all my Instagrams and my Facebook. My Facebook is very active, lots of information in there. But I was showing spring looks because for me, once New Year's is over, I'm already ready for spring. I'm sitting here, I'm like, where's the sunshine? Where's my heat? I'm ready for summer. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for summer. I'm wearing the light blues. I'm wearing the pinks, all the things. So having these is perfect for the new season. It gets you a little bit into this season of the winter, but it also gets you into spring. Okay, so the next thing that I'm doing today was a requested eyeshadow. So I posted 4. I picked spring looks that could also be winter looks, because again, I love spring, and I think this combo is going to go well with pinks too. And then I wore blue, so I don't know. So here we go, because I'm wearing a blue shirt, but we're going to go with a green eyeshadow today. But this is the combo I'm using. This is my prep. This is Paris, but it is number 33. It is my favorite green. I talked about it a lot during Christmas. We've got Salem. I prefer Salem over Black Friday. Black Friday is a cream eyeliner, but it doesn't set, so it will transfer, okay? And then we have Aries, and this one can be a little hard to pick up, but I'm going to use my balm to punch it up. But somebody wanted to see this, so I said, you know what? I'll do it on my Monday Live. So here we are. There's a part of me that wants to go and grab, you know, Leo, Bubba, Tangerine, Butterscotch, one of those. I really want to, because it would look really pretty, but I'm going to stick to the palette that was picked. And we're going to do our eyes first, because we are using Salem and number 33 dark colors. I don't like fallout mixing with my makeup at all. Okay, can you make any recommendations that are a lot like Rosewood? You like the color? It kind of reminds you of a sienna. Okay, it's so pretty. You want a lip liner that's the same color. Rosewood is a matte, so you can use it as a lip liner. Trying to think. I don't know. You know, I've been using, I'm looking for them. Oh, they're right here. I've been using those lip stains, and I know you love a good deal. And so I have 5, and I would say Coral. Is it called Coral? Yeah, Coral. Coral would be a really good lip stain to go with it. I would also say Nude. Nude comes up pretty, I thought nude would be more brown, and it punches up, but these are the lip stains. I'm half tempted to try them, but we'll do Coral. I'm going to do Coral today. I like using lip stains. This has also been another topic. And yes, St. Patrick's Day. Number 33 is my favorite green over Ivy League, all the other ones. Okay. Brands for blush. I like Saint, because it's $16 a color, but the new collection is also really good for all the seasons. I do like if you like a powder blush, I like NARS. Those are really good. And I don't like the wands that are, it's not cream, but it's like those liquids where I don't know, they come out like a lip gloss. I don't like those. Those pick up makeup and can mess up if you're I have stuff. So I have the things I pick for my face are specific to, will it work with all of this? And so that's why I say that. Okay. But I like Saint because of the pigment. It works as a foundation coverage, so you're not stacking a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to put on a crazy lip liner that's a stain. It's going to be very distracting. It is what it is. Okay, but I'm going to do the Coral. It's a light color, and it goes well with layering. So if you want your lip, like for me, I find that my lips, some people have those really beautifully pigmented lips. I don't. So we're going to go, and I'm going to put this on first because it has to sit on your lips for 5 to 10 minutes. So we're going to do our eyeshadow while this is going. All right. But we are using Coral. These are $12 on Amazon. If they're not linked on my link tree in the description, I will get them linked. They're $12. It goes on kind of crazy. This is the color, and I'm going to line. You can outer line with this because it's a stain. This is not the color it will be, but these are, they're good. Okay, so we're going to line. It's going to be distracting. That's okay. But with lipsticks, it's makeup, not magic. Lipsticks wear off. And when it wears off, if you like having a little pigment left on your lips, having a stain like this is nice, because then you could just add chapstick or gloss or whatever. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's all that I'm going to do, I think. Is just right here. I want to add a little off my lip here. Okay. Okay. Who watched Christmas movies over the break? I want to know what your favorite was. Mine was Feast of the Seven Fishes. I was obsessed. I think I watched it 7 times. It's ridiculous. I was obsessed with it though. Okay. The stain is so good. All right, so we're gonna let that set. I'm gonna go in with my primer. Everything is just everywhere. I need to organize this room, but it's low priority right now. Okay, we are going to use my Sense Shadow Sense. This is linked. I don't sell Sense, nothing against it. I just don't wear a lot of it except for this. So yeah, but this stuff is so good. I've used the MAC, I've used the Too Faced, I've used the what's the one that looks like a potion bottle? Anyways, I've tried all these primers and this one has by far been the best. Okay, what's the lip stain brand? It is called, that's a great, oh, I cannot read. I hate when they do that. I can't pronounce it. Sashi? I don't know. There's a link for it. If there's not one in there, there will be. Okay, so Sense, I'm using the color Candlelight. I used an eyelash primer, and I'm telling you, my lashes are like who lashes out here, and they were pretty stumpy. If you were here, if you've been following my YouTube for a while, you know my lashes are stumpy. I was doing glue-ons. I like lashes, but I've been using a primer, or not a primer, a serum Babe Lash. I believe I have a link. I need to go through my link tree, but it's been amazing. I use it morning and night. So good. It lasts months and it's affordable. I want to say it's $50. Now, if you've ever looked at Roden & Fields, it's over $120 for a serum and it lasts 30 days. This one is $50. It lasts for at least 3 months. Sometimes they have a buy one, get one. I believe if you use a BWC15, you get, it's a stackable discount. It's an influencer's discount that I use all the time. All right. So we're gonna add this. So with the reason I bring up the serum is because it has discoloration under my eyes here, above my eyes. This is the color Candlelight and it cancels it out. I like a nice blank canvas. I'm using my BK Beauty 203 brush. These are good brushes. And I only use 203 for prepping my lids. I don't use it for any other color on my lids except to put Candlelight on, spread it out, and then I'll put a base powder on top. But this will cancel out. I will dull down here. I'm not too worried about it because I do like a little smokiness under the eye. But do you see how it just cancels it out? I go from lash to brow. This cancels out the discoloration from the serum, cancels out just general discoloration from age, and it also cancels out any veins or whatever. Whatever you got going on your lids, this stuff will cancel it out, and it does set. All right? Okay, sometimes they're on sale for like $8. You see? There you go. Okay. Let's see. Do you have the link for the brush? Yes. This brush is linked. BK Beauty. It's on my link tree. Oh, Alice. Is that my Alice? Alice. All right. Yes. Linked. It's good. They have a small eye collection. I don't think it's worth the money because I think their brushes are bigger than Saints. It was a big debate for a while there. The Lilac Street lashes. Yes, I have used those. They're either upstairs or right here. I've used a couple different kinds. Oh yeah, they're up in my bathroom. I love the Lilac Street. I love that clear stuff that takes the sticky off because when eyeshadow falls on those glue-on lashes that go underneath, I've used a brand before, I can't remember what it was, but you couldn't take the stick off. So you ended up with this powder whenever you'd look down for pictures. It's a me problem because I do eyeshadow pictures. You could see powder stuck to my lashes and it drove me nuts. Okay, eyeshadow palette twos. If you didn't get one of these on the Boxing Day sale, I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what you were doing. Okay, we're gonna go into Paris. It's this pink color. I love you, Alice. We miss you. We were just talking about you. All right, with Miss Brittany. All right, I'm gonna take Paris and I'm just gonna go over lash to brow again. This just gives me a little bit of a pink tint, more natural to start, but it's just basically we're Bob Ross in our lids. Bob Ross always covered his I grew up watching Bob Ross. Always covered his entire canvas in white paint to start because the acrylics just blended better. Anyways, whatever. We're Bob Ross, and so my powders blend better on top of powders. So we're taking Paris, Cupcake Mama, lily, whatever light color pup you want, depending on your eyelid shade, you want to have a powder surface to blend on top of. It just makes things, there's sometimes always a lot of blending that goes in, but this will cut your blending time down. Okay, my eyes are ready to be put on. So these are the colors we're gonna do today. Again, I really wanna grab Leo or Claire or not Lullaby. I really wanna grab one. I'm not gonna, but I love, we got St. Patrick's Day coming up. This is a great Christmas color. This is a great color. So I'm gonna go in using the eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna use the small end. And we're gonna go into number 33, favorite green color, okay? We have an Oz eyeshadow. It's called Oz, and they have it listed as a glitter. I don't think it's a glitter, really hard to pick up, but I feel like this one should have been called Oz. Anyways, I'm going to press this real heavy along my outer lash line. Now, I have a real problem when people tell me I don't have hooded eyes because I agree that sometimes I talk with my eyebrows up so I can see how it looks that way. But I also know that looking forward, it doesn't appear like that. But I'm a pretty expressive person. But when I turn my damn head, this skin is pulling my eye down. So I think I have a hood. It's just no hood is created equal, okay? But I have maturing eyes. They are getting more hooded as I get older, but this area right here bothers me. And that's all that matters. So we're gonna grab that number 33 and we're gonna rest our eyes, and you're gonna see this bit of hood because everything I've just added right here, as soon as I rest, it's gone. So we're gonna press some up here. And you're just gonna build and add. I like using the small end of the eyeshadow brush first for placement, and we can worry about blending after. But you wanna rest and you wanna use this real estate out here. You wanna come out past your outer corner. It's gonna elongate your eye. And then if you're working above the outer corner, you're gonna be lifting the eye. Next week, maybe you can do, oh, a 90s look like Pamela Anderson. That was my Pamela Anderson. Okay. Let's see. What's on my lips? I have that lip stain I talk about all the time, and it's the color Coral. And so it's going to peel off. It's not going to look like this. It's going to be distracting. That's okay. I can already feel it drying, and it peels off, and it's going to be lighter. Trust me. Okay. So we're just going to rest our eyes, and we're going to use all of this outer real estate to help give a look. And I'm making this 2 colors. So you can see I have it more concentrated down here and it's that darker green, but then I'm blending it up and out up here as a transition color. And I'm staying above my crease. If you have any kind of hooded eye, you are going to want a light blend out up here above the crease. You don't need to live in the crease except right in here. That way, because otherwise, do you see how it has a crease cut right there? Not a crease cut crease, whatever. That's my fold. And so we could just grab it, lift the hood, and shove a little in there. Just shove a little in there, okay? Just fill in the crack, okay? But we're just gonna blend this up and out. Using the small end gives a lot of control. But because I have a little bit of a hood and because I have a little bit of maturity on my eyes, I'm saying a little bit, so it's okay, but I leave a lot of my lid alone because I want it to look more open. We're gonna flip it to the fluffy end and I'm just gonna blend it out. This is just residual other colors that aren't gonna transfer. It's just white bristles dye, okay? Okay, so we're just pressing this up, blending it out, just like that, all right? I'm gonna go into Aries with the fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna tap that up here. This is just gonna add a soft shimmer. It's gonna give a little bit of lift to the brow. It's an illusion, there's no lift. I don't do any of the injectables. My husband we had a long talk about it this week. He said he's not a fan, no. And I said, that's fine, but you can't show up in a Corvette with a with some 20-year-old in the passenger seat if that's the case. So he said he wouldn't. Okay, if I'm going to put Baker Streak, okay, do you know if they are going to put Baker Streak as an available eyeshadow once the giveaway's done? Eventually, yes. When? No clue. With the new affiliate program, we're pretty in the dark about a lot of things. I love the makeup, and that's why I'm still here. I'm not able to lead anymore. I don't have the tools I had to help lead people anymore. They've cut us off a lot. I'm not able to track my customers' orders anymore. I mean, it really trips my trigger. It was really hard. I mean, I know a lot of people are anti-MLM, but being an MLM, I was able to make things so much more personal. I was able to see the orders, where they were going. I could track them when people were wondering where they were. I can't do that anymore. I can't find anybody who signs up with me. They go into the same place as all my customers. I can't find them. I can't contact them. They don't give me contact information unless they message me. It's hard. I can't see anybody's sales number, so I can't help. Like, I used to help quite a bit, and when I could see their numbers, I could be like, you're doing incredible and you are so close. I can't do that anymore. I can't, and it sucks. Okay, so yes, eventually Baker Street will be available. I just don't know when. All right, let's get this other eye on and I can just stop complaining. It's just the affiliate program. They don't give us a lot of heads up about some things. Like, I honestly didn't know about, usually they'll tell us in a blast message on an app about a gift with purchase. I didn't know about this until somebody messaged me about it saying, what's this? I didn't know about it until Saturday because they aren't notifying us the same. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah. All right. So I'm just going to build up this 33, going above the crease. I'm lifting my brow. I'm not trying to pull my eye out, but I am lifting my hood to get all up in my business. And then above the crease and then outward. Just gonna keep building and blending until I'm happy. Green is such a beautiful color, and it does go with a lot of things. I mean, if you have a Bubba laying around, if you've got butterscotch, if you have any of those lighter orange tones, I wouldn't say Zion or Holly, but if you have any of those lighter orange tones, it would be so pretty with this. Claire would also be another really good one. Okay. Oh, my tummy. I need to eat breakfast. Okay. I really enjoyed, my husband turned 40 years old this weekend. My husband's younger than I am. I didn't know that when I met him. He looked older than he was. He was a little whippersnapper of 26 when I met him. Anyways, he turned 40 this weekend, and I indulged in a burger. Ooh, and now my tummy thinks that, like, eating better is off the table. It wants to eat all the time. If you, yeah, I know. It was 2 Central. We have 4 a.m. I don't know if you're in my Facebook group. If you're in my Facebook group, I did list all of the release times. Okay, so we're gonna blend this up and out. I kind of want to add, I need to even this out. So we're just gonna deepen right here. Now I'm gonna go in with my finger and we're gonna go into areas. This one has to get scuffed up a little bit. The oils from your fingers can create a film on top, so sometimes it takes a little bit to pick it up. And then I'm just gonna add this to my lid. This is such a pretty color. It's like, if you want this one like real souped up, go get Unicorn. And that one picks up a lot easier. But this one, you get a little bit more control if you don't want it to be so punchy the way that Unicorn is. And so Aries is like Unicorn's shy sister. All right, so we're just gonna tap that on. And I'm gonna wait to punch this up at the end because what if I decide I don't want to? But I have it here with a fluffy brush. You can barely see, it's just a soft shimmer. Using my finger, punched it up a little bit. And there you go. I'm gonna go in, this is a Revant, I'm guessing that's how you say it. Ooh, this is definitely dry. I can feel it wanting to peel off. This is a gel pencil. Somebody recommended this to me. I got it. I didn't love it at first. I do like it now. It does go on pretty easy, but I'm just gonna use this to waterline. It doesn't have as much transfer as my Maybelline Tattoo Studio, but Maybelline Tattoo Studio is a lot easier to get my hands on. All right, so I'm just gonna waterline. I always press into my lash line on this outer quarter, and then wherever my last lash is, I'll flick up and onto my lid. And this stuff blends really nice. All right, we're gonna do the same thing over here. I'm not gonna waterline the bottom. I've noticed it makes me look a little older than I want to. And don't worry, I'm about to peel off my lip because these don't go together. We're just gonna get that. I'm gonna grab my eyeshadow brush with whatever's left of that green, and we're just gonna sweep that in the middle. Just in the middle. Okay. And any fallout, I mean, you can see I've got some fallout over here. We'll get cleaned up in a little bit, but this is exactly why it looks like an age spot. It looks like I've got a dark under eye. This is a lot of fallout. So if I had makeup on, this would mix into my makeup. Okay. Shreveport. Oh my gosh. I lived in Morgan City, Louisiana. I feel like they're close. I did a stint is what I call it because they didn't like this little Yankee down there, but I lived in Morgan City, Louisiana for 2.5 years, 3 years. Anyway, it is a little further south. It's the armpit of Louisiana is what I call it. I actually lived in a suburb outside Stevensville. This was in the 90s though, and that was not a good neighborhood to choose. I mean, it was a good neighborhood, but there were some things that as an adult I look back on and I'm like, okay. So I learned that edible underwear are really just fruit roll-ups when I lived in Louisiana. Okay, so I'm gonna take Salem now, which is the other color, and we're gonna use this as an eyeliner. I kind of want to play with this BK Beauty brush. It's in the Small Eyes collection. I could use the etch brush. Love the etch brush, but why not try something else, okay? We're gonna grab a setting spray. I'm just gonna grab some, I love this stuff. I've got an extra bottle already, but it's almost out, but I'm gonna wet the brush. Oops. Ooh, I just sprayed everything. Okay, we're gonna get the brush wet. So if you're using Salem as an eyeshadow, dry. As an eyeliner, wet. Wet, okay? You can tell, see how there's different tones? There's like a dull, dark, and then it looks lighter. It's all dark, but that's where I've gone in wet because I prefer it wet. But this is such a good eyeliner, is using Salem with a wet setting spray. You can do water. I think setting spray gives it a little more staying power. And I'm gonna do my little tiny but mighty wing. This little brush gives you a lot of wiggle room. All right, so we're gonna go, remember how I said when I was doing my eyeliner, we'll go in. Right on that last lash, I flicked up with that gel. We're gonna go off of that, and then I'm gonna come up and meet. I stay within the crease of my hood, okay? And then I just fill it in. And then I'm gonna grab my fingernail and we're just gonna give it a little pull. And it sharpens it right up. I learned that from Ariana Grande. All right, so we're grabbing a little bit more Salem, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're just gonna grab that tiny but mighty wing. I make sure I'm off of my lash line, but I'm within the fold. Otherwise, it's just going to get cut off with the fold of my, I don't have a hood, and it would pull the eyeliner and the whole eye down. So I stay within that crease. And then over here, right where that flick is from the liner, I'm gonna grab it up and I'm gonna meet that liner and then I'll fill it in. And then you just grab a little more if you need to. If you need to respray your brush, you might need to. The setting spray isn't like water, so it doesn't keep the brush super wet for a really long time. I think I hear my husband home. And then grab that fingernail and just give it a little tug. And it just gives it a little bit of a sharpness. I'm gonna take whatever's left and I am gonna come right, so when I was talking about putting on my eyeshadow and how I leave my lid light and I put that Aries on to give my eye a more open look, I'm not gonna bring that liner all the way across. I come about through a quarter of the way in, but then on this inner edge right here, I'm going to draw a line with what's left on this brush. So it's not a lot, it's just a light, almost makes it almost a gray. And this is gonna give my eye a little bit of definition, and it's gonna extend the lash line. And then I'm gonna add my mascara. I'm using the Tartelette. I don't like it, but I'm using it. I don't like it. I like Bare, if you're going for a fancy one, go Bare Minerals Lashtopia. Right here. We're gonna go up, up. And I'm zoomed in a bit here because I have a purpose with my mascara that I talk about all the time. I always build my mascara at the base and up, and it really just pops off with my lashes about halfway up the lash because I want to build volume, and that's why I don't like this mascara. I don't like the applicator. I don't like this rubber tube, and I just prefer the OG bristles. I want it to look like a brush, but I like Lashtopia. It builds really good volume, but when I'm building up to the ends, I just feel like it just clumps them together a little much. I'm gonna go down on the tips just to build up my length and to show off the length, and that's it. But using this brush, I just have liked other brushes, but look at how long my stinking lashes are. The serum seriously works. Babe Lash, it's actually an affordable option. They have a mascara too, so I think if you add the serum and this, you get free shipping. I think this is $8. It's great. It has a pretty similar, it's dry, so I keep it so I can show it, but it has this dome at the end. Oh, it's a good brush. It's a good one. It doesn't have the longevity of the fancy. If you're paying $8, you're paying $8 for mascara. Like, don't, you know, champagne dreams on a beer budget kind of a thing. Like, it's just going to taste like beer. If you're going to get yourself an $8 mascara, whether it's L'Oreal, CoverGirl, this one, Babe Lash, For Real, the longevity of it isn't going to be the same as Tarte or Bare Minerals. But I just build at the base and I work my way over. I think you end up paying roughly the same amount for mascara. It's more of like an overtime thing because you have to buy those tubes more frequently, so you're still spending just as much, where I can get mascara to last a damn good amount of time. But I also don't do multiple coats. I don't, but I do like having a good built base more than length. And then I go and I just flick the tip, just like that. Okay, then we can go in and hit that lower lash line, but this lash serum, I didn't do pictures, but I mean, that's pretty flippin' good. Okay, so we're gonna zoom back out now because yikes. All right, plus I'm gonna peel this off and nobody wants to be zoomed in on the lips getting peeled off, right? Okay, just stretch your lips out and it pops right off and it comes right off like that. Now I look like a normal person, right? But you'll have to rub a little off, but it just adds a little pinkiness to it. So this is coral. So if you don't want it to be punchy, you want it to be a very natural, you can do your whole lip or you can do it like a liner. It's whatever you want. I mean, I use lip liners as lipsticks, so it's fine. But if you want to wear lipstick and not worry about it lasting, put a lip stain on. There's another one, I can't remember who it's by, but it looks like a nail polish tube. That's a really good one. I don't think it lasts as long as these, but put this on, then put your lipstick on, and as your lipstick wears down, you have a pigment left behind, and then you just put on a gloss. I really like using the chai. You could also use, let's see, I have City Lips. I don't think, I see these ads all the time. I don't think it's worth the hype, but the oil is really good, or you get the Diamonds Are Forever lipstick. Oh, really good. Just slap that on top, makes it pretty, and then you already have that tint from the stain, and so you're not having to go into the bathroom. You could just take these and just, and you're good. Okay. Tell me the name of the stain one more time. I'm going to put a link on it after this. This one is Coral. I have, now these are things that surprise me. I have Get Ready, which is supposed to be red. I found this to be lighter than the pink. So there's another one called Pinked. And this one is a little bit darker than the Get Ready. But then I got Mauve and Nude, which are darker than Pink and Get Ready. So just so you know, but these are on Amazon. They are $12. Black Friday, they were $8. I've sold seriously, hundreds of these. I've shared about it, talked about it on Instagram, on Facebook, here. I've sold hundreds of these. I was able to look. Okay, but they're good and they last. And this Coral just gives you a nice, natural look. All right, I'm gonna do my face. We're gonna use Milk Hydro Grip. I love this stuff. I'm on, I think, my 2.5 bottle because I always say, if you want to try it, get the travel size. I got the travel size, and now I've bought 2 full size. I always focus it where I need the most help, which is my cheeks, and then I smear it everywhere else last. So it goes everywhere, but I really focus it right here first. It adds a stickiness, but it very quickly goes away, and it's good. We're gonna do, I may include my brows, I may not. These do get long on Monday, so if you're new to the channel, 1, subscribe. 2, send me a color match. Let's try the makeup. It's travel size pricing, $16 a color, okay? And then you get me. But just saying, let's get you set up. But my Monday lives are always long, always. But my eyes always take the longest, and I do my brows last because you'll see I just screw them up always. All right, so I need to clean up a little spray I got everywhere. Okay, we're getting into this. This is the convertible palette. Yes, the Power Grip. It's in a smaller tube, but it is that is a really good dupe and easier to get if I live over an hour away from an Ulta, and I live about 2 or more hours away from a Sephora. Okay, I'm gonna do the bronzer trick. So here is my palette today. I am not gonna use my bronzer. I'm not gonna use my contour. I'm going to use bronzer as my under eye corrector, but I'm also going to be contouring with it. I've been liking it more. And yeah, I have my balm. This stuff lasts a really long time. It looks like it's almost gone. I use very minimal of it. And then under here is the new and improved Lip and Cheek collection. Available now. Buy it now. And then check your cart to see if the free eyeshadow is still available. I don't have my computer with me, so I can't tell. All right. So I have this on. We're going to go through and do some correcting. I like dense colors on my face because I want my makeup to stay. But everything in here is foundation. Everything, even these bad boys, which I will be using these today because they're good. They're really good. All right, first I'm going to grab, let's do the shape brush. I'm really pushing this shape brush. It's limited edition. When it's gone, because they'll have a gold one. It's just not this nice short round shape. It changed. I checked with them. They told me it changed. All right, and it's going to be longer and less fluffy. This is the shape brush, which I love, but I'm going to correct with this bad boy. I'm going to go into these 2 colors here. This is Aspen, it's the color of concrete, and this is Suede, and it's the color of my hyperpigmentation. All right, and they're dense, so where I put them, they're going to stay, and then when I put my makeup on top, they're going to hold it, because I had cystic acne, and this is all scarring left over from it. I also have redness around my nose. Hyperpigmentation is growing like ivy up the side of my face. Skin is skin. I've got darkness under my eyes. I'm going to use my balm to just clean up some of this fallout from my eyes. So I just grab it, rub it out. I'm going to go right here, bring it down and around. Okay. Okay. I did confirm it. I was like, am I crazy? When I opened it, I was like, this isn't right. All right, so there are some things where I'll just say, don't buy it. And I don't love the gold brushes. I think the etch brush is the only one you have to buy in gold. I don't like the gold brushes, and it's because the gold flakes off. I haven't had it flake off into my palette or onto my face, but I have gotten messages from people where they say that it has. All right, so I'm going into my eye here, cleaning up some of that fallout, but really I'm just hydrating my under eye. This is a soft tissue, and I have fine lines. It's a crepey area. I've got crepiness, I've got some fine lines, whatever. It's fine. I'm 44, and I'm aging gracefully because my husband said I have to. And now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to do some correcting. I'm going to go in on the big end of the shape brush. I'm going to go into Aspen first. This is going to take care of my redness. Okay, you have so many brushes. There's always the favorites. There is always the favorites. And if you have favorites, I would say instead of buying a brush, buy the soap. I'm going to be doing a video on that either this week or next week. I've decided that this year I'm focusing on my makeup business a little more and setting actual business hours. I sat my husband down and told him. Anyways, because this was always just more of like a hobby for me, something that was for me. And now I'm like, maybe I need to be better. So I'm trying to be better. All right, we have Aspen, and I have a bit of rosacea, but really this side's pretty flary. Okay, we're just gonna lightly sweep. What is on my nose? Okay, dull. That's all. I was like, I want to try something to dull my redness. I don't love demi. It's just too damn hard for me, and I'm just not gonna do it. Plus, it's $22-ish a color, and I could spend $16 and get a good result. So there you go. All right, so I have this redness. We're gonna take, and I'm just sweeping gray over top of it. It's not turning me gray. I don't look dead yet. My spots are still showing, but my redness is dulled. I've got some redness here, boom. If you don't want to get a Saint brush, some people just don't at the beginning, and that's fine, you will later. e.l.f. has really good dupes. They work really well with creams. Don't get natural brushes, they'll break off into the makeup, and then those natural bristles are they're expensive. Don't dip them into creams. They're just gonna break them off. They are not meant for creams, no matter what the cream is. Even if it's a little more slick than Saint, like Merit and OG, which are a little slicker, all right? But this Aspen, I haven't had to reapply. I've got a little guy healing here, but I'm just gonna go around with what's left on the brush and just do a little dulling where I know I'm red, which is always above my brows. No, I didn't just tweeze, they just get red. And I'm just gonna bring this around and dull my red. But the red is dull, my skin isn't gray. You can't even see it on my skin. All right? So there. All right, then we're gonna go into the next color over. I'm gonna pinch it so I don't get into any other colors, but this is Suede. This is a lip liner. I love it as a corrector more than a lip liner. I rarely ever use it. I would rather use my contour as a lip liner if I'm gonna pick a tone like that. Okay, which e.l.f. works good with Saint brushes for the dupes? I'd have to look them up because I don't know their names, but you can go to a store, Walmart, wherever you go to buy your brushes with e.l.f., Ulta, you can pull up pictures of Saint brushes that are favorites, and you can find ones that are similar. All e.l.f. brushes, they're all created, they're all the same, the way that Saint's bristles are all pretty much the same, but you can find similar, they're only gonna be one-ended and they're gonna be smaller, but you can find similar densities in e.l.f. brushes when you're looking online. So just have the Saint app up on the brushes and you can find them. It's not anything like that. All right, I think they have an angled one, and I wish we had one that was shaped fluffy like this. I wish we did. If Saint's listening, which they don't listen to me. All right, I've got my Suede, and I'm gonna go around. This is my big hyperpigmentation. It is what it is. There's not a skincare that's really gonna dull it unless I go and get a chemical peel, and I'm not doing that either. but I'm going around all of my hyperpigmentation with suede because it's a similar color. And when I canceled that red, it made my spots similar in color. So I do bring it down onto my cheek like a blush. I go around my spot here. You can still see it, but I'm just camouflaging it. I'm putting the same tone around it so that when I put my makeup on, it's not going to show as much. Okay, so I'm just grabbing some more. We're gonna do the same thing here because I have another one on the same dang spot. So we're going around. We're gonna come up. Do you know if Saint changed some of their brushes? They changed some of them. I don't like the gold brushes. I don't like any of them, except the etch brush, because I like the bristles and the shape. Maybe I'll do suede over here and I'll do bronzer over here. All right, so I'm just gonna grab this, bring it up. Blush and bronzer, and it is not as dense as the rose gold brush and blonde, just an yes. So I noticed that when I got a gold shape brush, I was like, that is not the same. I even took pictures, made a graphic out of it. They were not the same. I sent the picture to Saint and I was like, what's the deal here? And then they said they changed the shape, and it's because they changed manufacturers, I believe. So there is part of that's kind of like Girl Scout cookies, which Girl Scout cookie season's coming. You know I'm going to shamelessly plug it for my girls. And it starts this weekend. But they also changed manufacturers for cookies. So some of the cookies have different names. Like the Samoas are not called Samoas. I don't even know what they're called anymore. Anyways, same with the brushes. They discontinued the Peach Balm. That was limited edition. They made a crap ton of it, so it is gone. They may bring it back later, but yes, it is gone. All right, so the bristles I think are comparable with the gold to rose gold, but the gold flakes off, and I don't like that. I mean, where's my edge brush? It's right here. Let me see here. I'm trying to see. Because even mine, I felt like it's hard to, I mean, seriously, I could go cross-eyed trying to tell. But mine didn't, I don't know. It's so, I mean, look at how dirty this damn thing is. I guess it flakes off, but people are saying that it comes off on them. I just haven't noticed that. Okay, so I've got my suede on. This is just gonna camouflage, and it's an underpainting, but again, you don't see a cream smeared on my skin. It's so good because the pigment's so high. I'm able to get a look. Samoas are my favorite too, and Thin Mints. They have Samoas. They have 2 new cookies. Let's talk about the cookies. They have a new lemon cookie. It is so stinking good. You want to get it. It is, oh, it's so good for spring. Get it. Save it for Easter if you do like an Easter brunch. They look like little lemon slices. Oh, they're really good. They taste like I want to say maybe it was like 15 years ago, they had these biscuit looking ones. They taste like those. They look like a lemon cookie. Last year's lemon wasn't that good. These ones are so good. They're so good. But then they have another one. It's called a toastier or something. It's like a souped up graham cracker, and so good if you do camping this summer and you're gonna do s'mores. So good with your s'mores. They look like a piece of toast, and then it has a glaze on the backside. Get them, save them for summer for camping. So good for s'mores. It's gonna be awesome. So and that one's only available this year. They won't have them back again. So those ones are limited edition. That's my take on the cookies. Get the Thin Mints. I love the peanut butter ones too. Those ones are nice too. I like cookies. I just like cookies. I didn't like the s'more ones last year. Those ones aren't back. But I'm telling you, get those toastiers, save them for summer, make s'mores, get the lemon ones for Easter, and then get all the other ones for now. Okay, back to makeup. We're gonna do 2 things. So I'm gonna take my shape brush, and I'm gonna use the smaller end, and I am going to, I don't know about suede for the under eye because it's so dense. I'm gonna go into my bronzer here. Bronzer picks up so easy. And we're gonna do this over, you can see where the balm is, and we're gonna go over And we're just gonna go in a general area. I'm just gonna mute down all the color under my eyes with some light bronzer, okay? It's gonna look dirty, it's gonna come out just fine, and it's really a matter of preference. I think this is a good option if you don't wanna do demi and you're looking for something for mature eyes, because you can lay your brightening on and it helps, yes, tag-alongs. Oh, Samoas and tag-alongs and Samoas and thin and so much. But you want the toasty eyes. Those are good. And the lemon ones. Oh, I'm buying 2 boxes of the lemon ones. I actually might like the lemon ones more than Samoas. You can get me talking about food all day. I love food. I made a cheese log this year. Big hit. Okay, so this is bronzer under my eye. And it looks thin, and I'm using a fluffy brush, using the shape brush. This is a great brush. All right, so adding that bronzer, and I'm going around under the trough, on the soft tissue, up into the corner, and this is just canceling things out really nice. Usually I use Frenchie or I use Daylily, but we had somebody ask for suede, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of suede. Suede's a little harder to pick up because it's dense, and I'm gonna do the same thing over here. This one's not as warm. This one's definitely more cool toned, but I do think it's gonna look pretty much exactly the same. I feel like I need a light. Does that look terrible? But grabbing some of that suede, I like when things can do more than one thing, so there is that. But we're just gonna press this under in general area. I'm not just putting it on the soft tissue. Thin amount. There we go. I don't know if I like that light. Hold on. I need to get a new cord for my mic. I thought I found one. I did not. But there we go. So that's with suede. This is with bronzer. One's just going to be a little more creamy. If you have, I would say if you have dry under eyes, go Bella. Okay. Let's see. I can already see a difference. Okay, you have major thoughts. Okay, we're going to go and we're going to do the makeup. We've done the correcting. Now we're going to do the makeup. And I've been having, as you get older, you have to kind of shade up. Otherwise, you can easily, if you find a color that matches your skin perfectly, once your makeup's on, you'll notice it will wash you out. So you want to bump up your color. Remember to bring it. Dolly Parton taught us, you bring your makeup down your neck. Okay. Okay. Yes, it works, but you do prefer the bronzer. Yeah. All right, let's grab a brush. I'm gonna use the powder brush. I've been really liking this little flat foot. I'm going into Sandy. Now this color is quite a bit too dark. This is great when you're transitioning from summer to winter. You could also do this with bronze. So my main shade, I'm gonna use my brightening to lighten it a little bit on the lower part of my face, but with my mature skin, it's just, I'm having a hard time finding my main shade, so I'm having to use a couple things. But when you're transitioning into summer, you want to go bronzer to brightener, and you can bump up until you hit your shade, and then you can buy your summer shade. So I'm going into Sandy, and then I'm going to go boop onto my brightening, and then I can go over here and I can mix them together. See how it covers that little breakout healer right here? We're gonna go right over it. And this doesn't leave a big, if you're dry, go bronzer and use balm. But bring this down your neck. Bring it down your neck and up. And I'm telling you, once your makeup's on, your eyeshadow always ends up looking better too, all right? So we're just going up and down. I'm just trying to balance this area. I'm gonna stay in just my main shade that's a little too light because I'm gonna give myself some coverage over my scarring now. You want a bit darker when you're going over big coverage areas. Like I have all my stuff, so I use a little bit of a darker shade. But if you're trying to maximize your palette and you don't want a dark shade, a main shade, and a light shade, go dark shade, use your lightening, use your brightening. All right. And look at this little mole. That's a happy little accident. I've never had, that's new. New, came with my 40s. Some people get jowls. I mean, I am, but I got a age spot that looks like a beauty mark. Okay, so going into my main shade, tapping into my brightening, and we're gonna stick it down to this lower area here because my neck is always lighter than my face, so I'm able to bridge that together, but I have so much discoloration. So I'm gonna take that bit darker shade and give myself the coverage that I need without having to add a lot of stuff on. So it's 80% pigmentation when you're using Saint. If you're using Merit, OG, or Fenty, you're getting about 40%. And then if you're using foundations that are liquid, you're at 20%. And that's why sometimes when you see people and their makeup looks really heavy, it's because they're using a low pigment, full coverage foundation that then they had to stack a thick concealer on and then they had to set it. I am great. How are you? Back from the holidays. All right. I've already got Easter planned. I made my Easter basket list of what the girls need because we are in Boston this year for Easter. The Boston Marathon is on Easter weekend. Did you know that? It is. It is. There's no menu. It's all takeout. I gotta call our favorite restaurant in Boston to even see if they're open on Easter Sunday because we got a carbo load for our marathon runner. So I gotta call our favorite restaurant to see. Ooh. I know, Easter, I bet Boston's gonna have some awesome stuff though for Easter. I bet. I already know where I want my morning brunch. I already know where I want my Easter dinner. I'm just hoping they're open because the restaurant we love is a very family-oriented restaurant. It's a true Italian restaurant, and the people there, we've gone there for years. They remember us, and it's like we only go there once a year, but they remembered us. It was so, I love their big meatballs. They have this meatball dinner. It's just, oh, it's so good. And it's called Limoncello's. If you ever go to Boston, go to Limoncello's, and it's delicious. And they're so friendly. Okay. Okay. I do always carry business cards with me, but I don't talk about my makeup. If somebody's like, oh, I like your makeup, I'll say, thanks. And that's it. I'm really bad at face-to-face stuff. I don't like face-to-face communication. I'm really bad at it. All right, we're gonna go into, we're gonna stick with the powder brush because my detail brush is looking rough. If it looks like this, you need to clean it. It's time for a soap cleaning, and I'm gonna do a whole video on it. Okay, I'm gonna go into my bronzer with this brush. We're gonna go into the bronzer. Remember, it picks up so easy, okay? So easy, and we're just gonna very carefully, because I always over grab, I'm going up along the hairline. It's just, I think I'm just craving summer. Look at how easy that picks up. Bringing it down the temple, and I put this on as a bronzer, but then I dip a little bit into that little hollow, and I've been liking my bronzer as a blush. So I bring it all the way down and around. It's my contour, it's my bronzer, it's my blush lately. But we're bringing that all the way up and around. Okay. Okay, you weren't here for my eyes. My eyes are right here. It's these colors right here. So I have, this is my base. This is Paris. I have number 33 here and over. And then I have Salem as my liner. And then I have Aries on my lid and lightly on my brow. All right, so using my bronzer, I'm stippling this because I have that corrector on and I don't want to screw it up. Grabbing that bronzer. I always start up here. God, my kids were in here. All right, going up and around, pushing it over across the top, up into the hairline a little bit because I have thin hair there. I got that Divi stuff. Have you guys seen that Divi stuff in the green bottle? I got that. I've been sticking it on my head and my husband's. All right. So I'm just putting this on like a bronzer, like a contour, and like a blush. It's pretty, right? Need to add balance right here. But this stuff picks up. Bella is very creamy and it picks up so easy. All right, next, I'm gonna go in on the pointier end of the powder brush, going into Sunlit. We're just gonna go right there. Oh, I want more. Right there. Okay. No. Are there any circumstances where I use Palm? No, I hate Palm. Not Palm. Don't get Xanadu. If you want a new bronzer, that's getting, I hate palm. It's terrible. I don't know why they came out with it. They need to discontinue it. But go get Xanadu. If you haven't gotten Xanadu, go get Xanadu. There's another one. There's another good one, but it's so darn close to Bella that it's almost not even worth getting it. High Tide. High Tide is so, it's right here. So this one right here is High Tide. This is Heat Waves. It's a beautiful lip color. Heat Waves with a bronzer on top is a beautiful, this is a good lip liner, look good lip with a, and it's, Heat Waves is good for that. So if you're looking for something that can do more than one thing, Heat Waves is a good option. If you get very tan in the summer, Heat Waves is a good option. But High Tide, it's so close to Bella that I don't talk about it because it's just too dang close. Okay. You've got it. Isn't Xanadu pretty though? Oh, I love it. I wish they could come out with some, it's hard with bronzers. I mean, really, you can't venture too far out with bronzers. All right, so just pulling Sunlit out into that bronzer. This brush is so good. I know there's some people that have a hard time using this brush though. I use it and then other people will buy it, and I've noticed some people return it. If you get it, you struggle with it, message me about it. Don't just send it back. Try. You got 30 days with the dang thing. Okay, you were Sandy and Hazel. Take High Tide. It's just, if you have Bella and you have Xanadu, you do not need High Tide. You need that other one I was telling you. What the hell is the color? Heat Waves. I would say, if you have Xanadu and you have Bella, go get Heat Waves. Don't get High Tide. You already have it. And if you have an illuminator, you definitely already have both of those. So, all right. So, boom. Look at how pretty that is. I mean, I love when you could just, this is so customizable on what you want to look like. All right, we're going to use the fingers. I'm going to, actually, I lied. I'm not going to use Bella on my nose. I'm going to use, I don't want to have a brown, like a warm nose. So I'm going to go into Stone with my fingers. And we're going to go down the sides of the nose. Top sides, not sides, top sides. If anything, and if you don't want to try saying, this is just decent technique, okay? Sometimes fingers just make things easier. Look at how nice that is. And tappy, tappy, tap. Bounce it off, bring it down, going in. This is why I do my brows last, is because I screw them up when I do my nose. And when I do my stuff out here, it just messes them up. It's okay if it touches. I have a bump on my nose, so I like to bridge it together a little bit. I'm not going to paint my whole nose brown. Okay. Okay, you have High Tide, but you're fair in the winter. Okay, Hazel is your summer color. Right now you're Athens. And you're looking for a new bronzer. You can try Tan Lines is a good one. That one's a really nice one. It's a very neutral bronzer. And it's very nice. So if you feel like Bella pulls you to be Oompa Loompa, Tan Lines is a good option. All right, so I've got this on. I'm just gonna tap it out with this brush. This spot is just killing me. All right, going up and around, boom, boom, boom. Then I'm gonna take my baby finger and we're gonna go into Sunlit, and I'm gonna go right down the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then just with my pointer, I just sweep it down. Boom. I like doing this more than using a brush. A brush will push it out and it can make your nose look wide. So I just do this. Did anybody watch Feast of the Seven Fishes? I didn't see if anybody commented on that. Yes, you feel orange, Tan Lines. Go try Tan Lines. Or if you have your Stone contour, try that like I just did with Bella, where you bring it really far down, really high up, and use that as a bronzer. There is a tutorial on bronzering. Okay, you self-tan. I can't, I'm so scared to self-tan. Sometimes Bella is just too much. Okay. My tummy. Yes. So let's see. Where is Tan Lines? Is it in here? Yeah. Let's just pull this out and I'll line all these up together. I even took Palm out of my palette because it's just so dumb. Okay. We've got Heat Waves. We've got Bella. We've High Tide. High Tide, tan lines. It almost looks like a highlight, but that's tan lines. Let's swatch them. So we're gonna grab Bella. Let's swatch that. So that's Bella. I try to blend it down so it's a reasonable color. And then we're gonna grab, woo, creamy, tan lines. And this is just, and then you could, if you wanted, you could mix them. You could mix them. The way that I do with my brightening, just to cool it down. That's a very pretty color. So you can take tan lines, you can take Bella, and then you can easily mix them. So there is that. Or you can use Stone Contour. I like that one as a bronzer. Okay, going in with what? Let's grab a little bit more Stone. I'm just gonna add a soul patch right here. Stone is really pretty. It is one of my favorite for winter contours because it has a touch of warmth to it while being cool toned. Let's re-swatch some things. I'm gonna do this just without, okay. So we did Bella, then we did tan lines, and then we mixed them. Okay, we're mixing, wiping, grabbing some Stone. Stone is gonna be more dense. Oh, there you go. Whoa, I need to zoom out. All right, Bella, tan lines and Bella, Stone. You see what I mean? Don't say sorry. This is why I do the lives. This is why my lives take so long. This is why, because I love doing that. Okay, you're too lazy to sell it. I'm not too lazy, I'm too scared. But if this helps, this is something I should probably share. This is great for winter. So yeah, it really just depends. I would say if your main highlight is Candlelit, Aura, White Peach, I don't think anybody's really lighter than those two, then I do think this is a very pretty color. It is quite warm, but Stone, I mean, it's just so pretty. So something to think about. Okay. I love doing these lives. We talk about so many good things and it helps give me content ideas. It's good. All right, we are gonna do, I added my little soul patch here. I'm using Stone. I'm gonna go right in the middle here. And then we're gonna add a little Gomez Adams. And I prefer doing Stone. I prefer Stone as a lip liner over Suede also. Grabbing a little bit of Sunlit. Get that little powdered donut look going. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's good stuff. Don't underestimate the power of using your hands to blend some things out. Okay, we're gonna go into the second layer because I wanted to talk about the new collections because it's such a great palette with the seasons. I mean, we're in winter still, but really we're all waiting for spring. And this is great transitioning into spring. This scratches your spring itch, but this Rosewood is an all season goodie. It's so good for the winter. And it's so good going into spring. And then summer, it has this bronzy look to it that's so pretty. And then you can tap over top of it. These colors here are beautiful lip colors. I don't use glosses on my cheeks because I have all of my scarring. And look at how it's all covered so well. All right, I am going to go into, let's do the under eyes real quick. I'm gonna stick with the shape brush and I'm just gonna tap in. It's a little big for me, but I do still like it. And I've been going big on my brightening. So I have my natural shine here. So we're just gonna add very light up the orbital and staying outside of the soft tissue as much as you can. If you need to pinch it, I prefer the shape. I want my shape brush. All right, I prefer shape brush on my under eyes. It's just a small area, and that brush is just too much. But I go around and I kind of live on my orbital bone. This cleans things up, and you stipple. If you're doing correcting under, you can either use your main highlight or your brightening highlight. It's not a huge difference. It's really a matter of preference. Do you want it to be bright or do you want it to be neutral? That's what you need to ask yourself. It's your face. You need to be doing your makeup the way you feel the most comfortable answering your door, going into the post office, checking out at the grocery store, getting pulled over for speeding, whatever. Whatever your preference is, whether I like it bright, so I use my brightener, but just tapping over. I love the blend brush on the small end for this. And then the last place I blend it to, I don't go cream to skin on my soft tissue up here. This is just all loosey-goosey. There's nothing holding underneath. You don't have an orbital or an eyeball here. You got a hammock. And so you want to just tap that on last. Bring those creams to that area. And using this brush helps just smooth it out. Look at how much better my eyeshadow looks. Just adding that little brightness. Now, again, using a main highlight will also brighten. I just like it brighter. Okay. You like to do your contouring more with your bronze. You know, that's what we used to do for a long time anyways. I mean, I used to contour with eyeshadow because bronzers just felt a little too warm for me. But we used to use bronzer to contour all the time in like the early 2000s. Okay, going in, small end of the blend brush, and then I'm just gonna go up that orbital, up side of the nose, into that corner, because I have darkness right here. My darkness lives in this little area, and so I always bring it up here because I want to get that covered. And then I just bring it up, and I live on my orbital. Live here. Helps cover this little hyperpigmentation spot that just never wants to get covered. I can never get it covered, not even with Demi. Just doesn't work. Okay. You know, you also don't have to contour. I know, I think people, I don't know. It's all preference. Sometimes just bronzing contours in itself. So maybe you don't even look at it as contour and just add some bronzer and it will, I mean, your skin already has dimension to it. So just bronze and it'll probably contour. It will. The only place where I look real contoured is right here. But if I just add my bronzer, I only bronze around my eye. That's it. And it's just, that's already a natural contour area. So maybe don't overthink the contouring and just think about the bronzing. Okay, you ordered the balm. Okay, to try under your eyes. Just go light. Don't go crazy. You like it bright, but you get problems with texture. That could be too much. So just remember, you want just like the tiniest bit and then bring it to the soft tissue last. Bring it up last. It's 80% pigmentation, so you don't, your under eyes, the less is more is heavy on the under eyes. Okay. Stone has a touch more warmth. It's just, I think olive, ash, and stone are all in the same family. They're like slightly off in color, but they all could do the same. Olive works as a great bronzer. So does ash. Ash is really a matter of, are you cool or warm? They're same level. Olive and ash are same level, same colors, just one's a little warm and one's a little cool. Ash is cool. Olive is warm. And stone is just a touch darker, like a stinking touch. Like do we need it? Yeah, I love it. But it's a very good color. Okay. Platinum Skincare's Fade Bright Serum. Faded your, ooh, really? Okay. This is so good. Where's a pen? Or a pencil? Ooh, a pencil. A fat pencil. What is it? Platinum Skin. I'll try anything that's not gonna peel a layer of my skin off. Fade Bright. There we go. Okay, I'll try anything. I cannot imagine what my husband's face would look like if I came home after a chemical peel. All right, let's slap on some brows really quick, and then we're gonna do blush. I'd rather do blush before my brows. Okay, so my ride or die is this in the summer. This one is so good. This can pull through your hyperpigmentation, but if you pair it with Hollywood, it'll help. So Hollywood, I keep all my pinks up here because my scarring, it's going to pull all of that through, okay? I'm gonna play. I mean, if you get the collection, you have so much to mix together. So we're gonna take Hollywood up here, okay? So pretty. I'm gonna take Nude, okay? And we're gonna go over my scarring here. Nude is such a pretty color. This is a top seller from last year, is Nude. I'm going over my scarring, and then, what do I wanna do here? I wanna wipe my hands off. I'm gonna go into I'm just gonna do a 3D brush, and I'm gonna grab Sangria, which is such this beautiful lip color, and I'm gonna blend everything together with Sangria. And so we just blend it together, smile, see where your apples are if you're maturing, and then bring it down. Okay. Oh yeah, those tins from Amazon are so good. Look at how pretty that color is, and I just mixed, and this is from the new collection. And it goes great with green eyeshadow with a blue shirt. All right, so Rosewood is one of my favorites. I don't even dibby dab it on, but Rosewood, I'm getting it. I mean, I've hit 10. I use this one. It's so good. And I always start my blushes up here, and this works well if you love that bronzy look. And it works well with my hyperpigmentation too. But then I could take a little bit of Nude, and I can just dibby dab that one right on my apples too. And then I always bring my blush up. Okay? Tappy, tappy, tap. If you ever feel like you're creasing, I mean, it's makeup, not magic. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to check Platinum Skincare. Yeah, me too. Okay, hold on, I missed some stuff. Screenshot it and then put the, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I missed something. But Ash is a good bronzer color. Yes, I think so, especially if you're fair skinned, if you're candlelit, Aura, White Peach, yes. You're gonna go check the Platinum Skincare, yes. Just ordered tins from Amazon, yes. What are tins from Amazon? They are these little squares that are the size of the eyeshadows. They're not as round, and you can mix things and then they magnetize into your palette. It's a total thing. Okay, so Rosewood, and then this is 3 colors. Both are very pretty. I'm totally gonna walk around with 2 different colored cheeks today because, you know, I'm gonna do my brows in just a sec. I'm gonna take Blue Marble. This is from Amazon. It's about $40, but this is a film forming barrier to seal makeup. Mixed with my skincare, which has been a huge game changer for my makeup, is good skincare working. It does kind of work as a hairspray. I'm not gonna lie, it seals my hair. I do notice that it gets a little gritty. Anyways, wow. Oh, there's a car here. I can see it coming through the trees. Somebody doesn't know my business hours. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my shape brush that I can't find now, right here, and I'm just gonna press on my important areas with that setting spray. Like that. But look at how pretty my lips look with that stain. It has a natural, pretty tint to it, right? And so then you can just take, I wish I had a lipstick with me. Dang it. I'm not gonna use an oil because I'm gonna go in with this. This is it? Yeah, La Cienega. Such a pretty color. My dog, but look at how pretty that is. All by itself, because we did that stain lip liner, so pretty. Another really pretty one, if you like a good neutral lip, less pink, is Desert Sunset. They better not knock on my damn door. I feel like they just turned my doorknob. I hate where I live. Okay, Desert Sunset, we're gonna put up with the dog. This is such a good collection. So Desert Sunset on the top, La Cienega on the bottom, okay? And together, beautiful. But using that coral lip stain, it's not as punchy. I felt a little clowny. I'm not in an area where I like my bright lip unless there's a reason. I think if you're gonna go bold on your eyes, everything else falls neutral. If you're gonna go bold on your blush, everything else goes neutral. If you're gonna go bold on your lips, everything, because it plays up the neutral, you know? Who in the heck is here? Anyways, all right. All of these colors are so good. I feel like, which one was this one again? I want to know who's here, but I don't live in a place. Well, I don't know. It was something big. Maybe it was a delivery. Tropicana. Tropicana. This one can be a little hard to pick up. Also a really great summer color. We'll swatch it on my arm. This one is sheer. This is such a pretty lip color paired with, I like coral. And honestly, when you have it on and it's that bright jelly stuff, it looks terrible. When you first peel it off, once you get your face on it, you can't judge your makeup till your makeup's on. Okay. What does Sarah Martin do a lot of? Mixing. She does. Oh God, I wish I could do my makeup like her. Oh, I wish I could. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna slap on my brows. I haven't done my brows on a live in a while. My brows are my pride and joy. I extend them. I make them a lot bigger and more structured than what they are. You can go, I have some eyebrow tutorials coming because I like a good structured brow. Not everybody does. So I take our line brush and I use Trust. I like to go a little dark. And I start at this bottom corner and then I do a hard line. I draw the bottom on, and then where my brows stop, which is right here, I keep her going about halfway across my temple. And then where my natural brow starts right here, I bring it in about another millimeter. I don't do this whole brush lineup thing. I just put them where I want them. Then I grab some more. It's just a grab and go. That's why I like these palette twos. I use the crap out of them. And then I go about a quarter of the way in and I do a hard line on top. Grab that arch, grab that tail, and then go down and meet your tail. And then start filling in. Grab from that bottom line and blend up. Push this top line inward to let it fade. Let this be a more natural fade, not a block. And then we fill in that tail. I use two. I'm grabbing a little oak right now. Oak's my favorite brown. It's a cool tone. Grab this, comb it up, work your way over. I don't use a brow wax. You can, they're great. I don't like the laminated look, and my brow hairs are pretty short and I don't have any wizard hair, so it's fine. Okay, Spectre and Aries are still sold out from the holiday sale, but you did order. You could get Baker Street. So do you think you'll be able to do a look next week with, if I get it? I did order this morning. I hope to have it. Their shipping sucks. I think when they became an affiliate program, their customer service also went down the shitter too. I'm a little pissed, not gonna lie. Like, I love the makeup. That's what keeps me here, is I like the makeup. And it sucks that I don't feel as supported as an affiliate as I did as an MLM artist. And I don't feel like my customers are as supported because they took away my ability to serve my customers. And it puts more on their plate. So those are just some of the things that kind of just trip my trigger with the whole affiliate thing. I get more control than when I was with Truly. I still am with Truly. I just don't like their customer service. And so I don't share them very much because their customer service sucks. Their return policy that they talk about isn't actual effect. So I have a discount code with Truly's, but you can get it at Ulta, so I don't talk about it. But yes, next week I will do a Baker Street. I'll do a tutorial as soon as I get it too. All right, so hard lining the bottom. But I don't know if that makes you feel a certain way about saying I'm sorry. Okay, anything on the brush? No. I've had so many artists submit videos about that brush, the Pilot brush. They say at this time they're not seeing it coming out. That's all I was told, is that at this time it's not a part. If it came out, it would probably be in about 1.5 to 2 years, because most of their stuff that's rolling out, they came up with a year ago because they have to create the product. So like all those eyeshadows there's a shit ton of eyeshadows coming out this year. Those were all chosen a year ago, and they are just now making and getting it all available for us this year. And so if the Pilot brush were to become available to customers, it would be in about a year. But there is I don't know if anybody is familiar with Other Saint artists. She's really big on Instagram. Her name is Camille. She is part of corporate now, and she is part of product. And I'm hoping that she listens to us. Okay. I love the Pilot brush. I don't use it on purpose. Is this one it? This is it. This is the Pilot brush. And I don't use it on purpose on videos. I use it. I actually like it better than the 3D brush. I don't know what it is that's different about it. But it's a little bit smaller here and longer. And it's a little bit smaller. I like the Pilot brush more than the 3D brush. But if you get the line brush, get it in rose gold. Don't get it in gold. I do love it. I love having that spoolie. The spoolie's like a big thing for me. I love the line brush. Yeah. But get it in rose gold. Don't get it in gold. But this Pilot brush, I wish it's so, yes, rose gold. But I love these little eyeshadow brushes. They're so good. It's a bit shorter. This is the only thing that sucks about it, is I don't know if you can see. Let's get my hair. This happens. So there is that downfall, but it's just hard, man. And then on the other end, it's the short end of the eyeshadow brush. These are very good brushes. And if it comes out, it would be a while. Wait a minute. Do they have the Pilot brush? No, the Pilot brush, they don't see it coming out anytime soon. It would be, if it came out, it's going to be in like 1.5 years. If they have told me that they don't see it coming out anytime soon. It's a good travel brush. I will be taking it with me on vacations. I sometimes do videos on vacations. And so again, I purposely don't use it because I get asked about it. But, I don't think that they could add another layer to the triple deckers. I don't think so, because it would just be, the seam just wouldn't be able to hold it all. So yeah, you can get larger palettes. I have a friend who loves her Saint so much that she has the artist palette, which are these guys. These ones are so good. I mean, these hold most of my lip and cheeks, and so you can fit so much. So if you're looking for a larger palette, their mirrors inside suck, but you could, if you want a bigger palette, get one of these. I think this is a 40. This is a 40, and this one's shimmering. I don't think they're pretty when you first get them, but this thing goes through it, man. But that I would get, if that's what you're looking for. They do have a palette 40, and it's big. It's big, but if you go and have one, if you have one of these already, I mean, honestly, I never use the mirror on these. I mean, if you've noticed, I rarely ever use the mirror on these. I'm always sitting it on the table, and I got a palette 2 in my face. That's travel. I mean, I set everything down so it's on my table, and this guy's in my face. I carry 2 2s with me on a trip, and I'll usually have a triple decker with me. But if I know that I'm going to be doing people's makeup on trips, because there are some times where we do things for my husband's work, I'll do the makeup for some of the wives. But usually on just like a trip, there's always 2 palette 2s in with me and a triple decker. So go get a palette 40. And then if you have one of these or you have a 4, whatever. Everybody has multiple palettes. Anyway, that's it. That's my live. Oh my gosh, we were here for a really long time. But if you stuck with me, yay. They will not add a layer to the modular palette. No. No, this one is great with points. If you're looking to spend some points, I do love. I wish it was a different pattern. I wish it was one of the shiny patterns like this stuff where it's shiny. It's easier to clean. Okay. They had a palette. That would make a really fat palette. But I will be here next Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific time to do this all over again. I love how we get so chatty. And I want to hear who watched Feast of the Seven Fishes. It's about to leave Netflix. So if you still want to watch a good Christmas, it's just a feel-good movie. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm from the 80s. I don't know. It's such a good movie. And I just was obsessed with it. I tried getting my son to watch it and he won't watch it because I refused to give him my chili recipe. But then he got it and he still didn't watch it. He didn't get it from me though. Somebody went behind my back and sent it to him. They're on my list. They're on my naughty list now. Okay, that's it. That's my live. I will see you guys next week. I'll be here next week. Have a great day.